As you have probably figured out by now, like we have, gardening expert Ginny with the University of Maryland Extension Office is like a walking encyclopedia when it comes to flowers.
With that said, we want to give you an opportunity to have some of your questions answered by Ginny. So she is back with us this afternoon. Yeah, and here's the thing. We really haven't told you what we're going to ask you yet. So.
Well, because I was a little busy yesterday and I didn't get the email.
Doing master gardening. Okay,
yes.
So the first question that we have for you is about succulents. Can you offer some advice on how to care for them? I don't really water the one I have, but it still seems to thrive.
That's the beauty of succulents. They love full sun and they like it to be dry.
Okay.
So think about it. They grow in the desert area, so that makes it really easy. So for a very busy person who doesn't have a lot to do, get a succulent. I like the ones that don't have the spines, although cactus are kind of cool. Mm-hmm. I like the ones that aren't that spiny, just because they're easier to work with in dust and all that kind of stuff. But to have them in a real sunny space and water them maybe once a month. Seriously.
Sounds like my kind of
yes.
plant.
And dusty.
Only if you want to.
Oh, okay.
The real cactuses with the large spines, in the nurseries, they actually use chopsticks to pick them up and to repot them and all that. That way you don't get them in your fingers.
Well, that's good.
I will keep that
Nobody
in mind.
wants that.
Number 2, I'm looking into starting a vegetable garden, but I've never grown a thing. Where do I start?
Okay, first of all, get a soil test.
Okay.
You look around your yard and see, first of all, I guess I should say, first of all, look in your yard, find out where the full sun is. That's the most important thing because vegetables need 8 hours or more of sunshine. Like from sun up to sundown, that's what vegetables want.
So if you got a lot of trees, that's
not a good idea.
Okay.
Not a good idea. If you have a lot of trees, get like a container that you can go ahead and move around if you have a chance to do that. Then where your full sun area is, you want to make sure that you have access to water because without water, again, your vegetables are going to go, what? But when you think about a lawn, you can go ahead and water it and it does really well. If you don't water it, it doesn't do as well. But you're only asking for foliage, leaves. But a vegetable garden, you're asking for leaves and then flowers and then fruit, and all that requires, water.
Right.
So water every day is really important. And then you need to go ahead and just look at the land and say, well, what kind of weeds do I have? If it's just annual weeds, you can go ahead and kill them or till them up or something like that. If it's perennial weeds like dandelions or wiregrass, which we have a lot of on the Eastern Shore, you might want to go ahead and consider doing small containers this year and then taking care of all those perennials next year. Okay, then the easy part, add some compost, about 2 to 3 inches of compost, till it into 6 inches of soil, plant your favorite vegetables, water them once a day. Oh man,
because
life
it's coming.
is good.
It's
Life
coming.
is good.
Okay, here's another one. I love the look of tropical plants. Only one problem: I don't live on a tropical island. That's a big problem. Am I wasting my time if I try to keep a tropical plant alive on Delmarva?
If you don't mind having it indoors, absolutely no problem. I know a lot of people, myself included, I get the tropicals and I put it out on my deck or my breezeway in the summertime. And I just love the look. I mean, like a palm tree and the hibiscus that bloom and the mandevillas with all those flowers and the vine and all that kind of stuff. I don't bring them inside though because I know that while they're outside, they get a lot of critters on them. But there's also a lot of little beneficials that we don't see that are taking care of those critters. You bring that inside, and there's no controls. And all those bad guys go, it's mine, it's all mine. So again, if you're going to go ahead and do tropicals, enjoy them in the summertime outside, or keep them inside and never bring them outside. But it's, again, full sun window, and with tropicals like a little bit of water.
Right.
And some tropicals actually prefer a little bit of shade too. Like, for instance, the guys that creep on the ground and that kind of stuff, like philodendrons or tropicals.
All right, Ginny Rosencrantz
Happy to do it.
always has all the answers for us. So thank you so much.